Welcome to Daily Dose Manhwa. Here, we know the struggle when you're juggling dozens of manhwa, a new chapter drops, and suddenly, wait, where did I leave off? Sound familiar? That's where we step in. Our mission? To make sure you never feel lost again. We break down arcs, highlight key moments, and recap storylines so you can jump right back in without missing a beat. Whether you follow one manhwa or 10, we've got you covered.
Today, we're diving into an epic martial arts manhwa, Nano Machine. Before we deep dive into the story, let's meet and get to know our MC. As always, the story of Nano Machine Season 1 Part 2 will be divided into these arcs. Arc 1, A Blessing in Disguise again. Arc 2, Sweet Revenge. Arc 3, Taming the Tiger. Arc 4, Building Power. Arc 5, The Fastest Man Alive in the Examination. Arc 6, The Man Who Can Wield the Demonic Sword. Arc 1, A Blessing in Disguise again. Previously, Cheon Yeo Woon was detained in the detention center for 5 days after destroying the chi core of a descendant of the poison sect. Despite being imprisoned, he continued to train diligently with the support of Nano. One night, the door of the detention center suddenly opened and an elder entered. He was revealed to be Obek, the chief of the poison sect, who had come to punish Cheon Yeo Woon. Before leaving, he warned that one day he would kill him for crippling one of his descendants. After the elder left, Cheon Yeo Woon resumed his training. Suddenly, a gust of wind blew from behind him, coming through a crack in the wall, damage caused by the elder's attack. Curious, he inspected the source and discovered a hidden passage behind the wall. Inside, he found traces of a sapphire stone with a sword mark similar to the one in the library. Additionally, he uncovered more sword marks left behind by his ancestors. After scanning all the information and absorbing the knowledge, Cheon Yeo Woon's martial arts skills improved drastically. 5 days passed, his punishment ended, and he was finally able to return to the academy. Arc 2, Sweet Revenge. As soon as he left the detention center, Cheon Yeo Woon immediately asked the instructor who picked him up about the current situation, including the condition of his followers. Realizing the complexity of the situation, he decided to claim the last yellow badge, which was held by Professor Ho, the strongest among the instructors, through an official duel. The duel was intense, shocking the students who witnessed it. The battle grew fiercer. But in the end, Professor Ho acknowledged that Cheon Yeo Woon was worthy of obtaining the yellow badge. The students who watched were amazed by his skills, and many pledged their loyalty to him. Cheon Yeo Woon quickly gathered his members and inquired about what had happened during his time in the detention center. He learned that his followers had been beaten by Il-myung-ha, the leader of Group 8. Enraged by this, Cheon Yeo Woon set his sights on revenge against Il-myung-ha and his group. A fierce confrontation broke out between them, but Cheon Yeo Woon swiftly neutralized Il-myung-ha and his men with ease. However, in an unexpected turn of events, at the very last moment, Il-myung-ha unleashed a forbidden technique to strike back at Cheon Yeo Woon. Arc 3, Taming the Tiger. Not satisfied with defeating Il-myung-ha and his group, Cheon Yeo Woon set his sights on taking down Yuchan Cheon from the Saber sect. After carefully planning his approach, he wasted no time and launched an attack on Yuchan as soon as the opportunity arose, sending him flying. Naturally, this triggered an intense battle between the two groups. In the midst of the chaos, Nano suddenly warned Cheon Yeo Woon about a powerful energy attack approaching. It was from Yuchan Cheon. Reacting quickly, Cheon Yeo Woon managed to block and neutralize the attack. A fierce duel between saber energy and sword energy ensued. Throughout the fight, Yuchan was stunned by Cheon Yeo Woon's terrifying growth. At first, he was confident that he could defeat Cheon Yeo Woon with ease, but as the battle intensified, his confidence wavered. In the climax of the fight, Yuchan found himself cornered again and again, and in the end, he suffered a devastating defeat, losing his right hand, his most trusted weapon. It wasn't just Yuchan who was shocked by this outcome. His followers and even everyone present at the scene were in complete disbelief. With this victory, Cheon Yeo Woon claimed all the yellow badges that Yuchan's group had accumulated. Meanwhile, in another location, Il Myung-ha was being interrogated by the head of the academy regarding his involvement with a secret organization that also practiced the forbidden technique demonic blood reversal arts. However, instead of revealing the truth, Il Myung-ha chose to take his own life to ensure that no information would be leaked. What a tragic life. Arc 4, Building the Power. News of Cheon Yeo Woon's victory over Yuchan Cheon and all his achievements spread like wildfire, attracting many students who wanted to join him. One of them was Ju-mun from the demonic Dragon Palm sect. However, Nano sensed that something was off about him and warned Cheon Yeo Woon to be cautious. Initially hesitant, Cheon Yeo Woon engaged in negotiations with Ju-mun before finally allowing him to join the group. Having sworn his loyalty, Ju-mun felt the need to reveal his secret and requested a private meeting with Cheon Yeo Woon. During their conversation, he explained the reason behind his disguise and then revealed his true face. Turns out, behind this weak-looking guy was an astonishing beauty, so stunning that Cheon Yeo Woon was left speechless. Time passed, and after Cheon Yeo Woon and his group reported their yellow badge achievements, they were deemed qualified by the instructors to participate in the third examination. To prepare, they trained intensely together, rapidly improving under Cheon Yeo Woon's guidance. As the group expanded, Cheon Yeo Woon found it difficult to manage everyone, so he established subgroups, each led by a commander named from first sword to sixth sword, based on their martial arts skills. The day of the third examination finally arrived. However, due to unusual incidents in the past, such as the discovery of forbidden techniques, the Academy decided to change the exam format. Instead of the usual tests, each group would now face a real battle scenario and execute captured demonic cult prisoners selected by the instructors. When it was Cheon Yeo Woon's group's turn, things took an unexpected turn. Unfortunately, their assigned prisoner seemed to have a hidden mission from someone and went berserk. Losing control, the prisoner unleashed a forbidden technique and targeted Cheon Yeo Woon directly. Though Cheon Yeo Woon was able to defend himself, it wasn't easy to defeat the prisoner. At a critical moment, Teacher Selpming arrived just in time to save Cheon Yeo Woon and killed the prisoner. With the examination concluded, all survivors were declared successful by the head of the academy, granting them the right to advance to the next stage. Arc 5, The Fastest Man Alive in Examination. After the announcement of the third examination results, Cheon Yeo Woon was suddenly approached by a professor, whose name we don't really need to know. This professor wanted to challenge Cheon Yeo Woon to a duel to avenge his previous defeat. Cheon Yeo Woon gladly accepted the challenge, and the duel began. It didn't take long for him to secure victory, leaving the professor unconscious and completely powerless. Afterward, Cheon Yeo Woon carried the unconscious professor to the infirmary and reported the incident to the head of the academy. Not only was he recognized as the fastest graduate in history, but he also received a new token for passing the fourth exam, since defeating an instructor was the key requirement to clear it. The head of the academy then personally briefed him on the fifth exam, outlining the minimum requirements. One major condition was that participants had to reach the true Transcendence Master Stage. However, Cheon Yeo Woon was still at the true Ascendant Master Stage, meaning he had 3 more levels to go before qualifying. Oh, and I almost forgot to tell you, Cheon Yeo Woon also received some rewards that he hadn't used yet. Chi booster pills from the third and fourth exams, as well as access to the Academy's weapon forge. Wasting no time, he went to the blacksmith and requested a weapon. While waiting for his weapon to be completed, Cheon Yeo Woon headed to the training room to consume the demonic dragon marble, a powerful chi booster pill, before continuing his training. Since he had two chi booster pills from previous exams, he decided to experiment by taking them both at once. Of course, this put immense strain on his body, causing severe tendon and muscle tears. But thankfully, Nano was there to heal him instantly. Taking two pills at once granted Cheon Yeo Woon a huge surge in internal energy, leading to rapid growth. However, despite his fast progress, he eventually hit a bottleneck. To overcome this obstacle, he decided to enter seclusion training in an attempt to break through to the true Transcendence Master realm. At this point, no one knew how long Cheon Yeo Woon's training would take. 2 years passed, and by then, most students had already passed the fourth exam. Arc 6. The Man Who Can Handle the Demonic Sword. One day at the isolation training facility, where Cheon Yeo Woon was undergoing seclusion training, his followers took turns keeping watch outside in case he emerged. However, that day was different. Ho Bong and Ju Moon, who were on duty at the time, were suddenly ambushed and surrounded by another group. Out of nowhere, the attackers were struck by an unexplainable force. It was Cheon Yeo Woon, unleashing his power from within the seclusion room. Realizing he was a major threat, the attackers rushed him all at once. But the level gap was just too massive. The fight was completely one-sided. Their leader even paid a heavy price, losing an arm in the battle. Not long after, followers from various locations arrived, paying their respects to their lord, and they were finally reunited. News of Cheon Yeo Woon's return spread fast, along with the revelation that he had reached the Grand Master level. Not wanting to waste any time, now that he met the requirements, he immediately requested access to the sealed demon cave from the head of the academy to take the fifth exam. Access was granted. Accompanied by several instructors, Cheon Yeo Woon entered the sealed demon cave. Inside, he found a long, dark passage filled with numerous traps scattered along the way. Eventually, he reached the end of the labyrinth-like corridor. Seeing no way forward, he decided to break through the wall by force, creating an opening. But just as the hole was made, a sudden attack burst through from the other side, catching him off guard and sending him flying backward. Regaining his composure, Cheon Yeo Woon looked up to see a colossal mythical creature, a massive emoji, standing before him, ready to strike. There was no way to avoid it. An intense battle was inevitable. After countless attempts, Cheon Yeo Woon finally defeated the emoji, which turned out to be the embodiment of the heavenly demonic sword. As if possessing its own will, the heavenly demonic sword emitted a powerful chi that immediately fused with Cheon Yeo Woon, becoming part of him. With the heavenly demonic sword now in his possession, Cheon Yeo Woon had completed his trial and emerged from the sealed demon cave. Well, the story continues in the next part. What will happen to Yeo Woon next? Stay tuned and wait for it.